تفضلي.
يعطيكم العافية جميعا. كما عرض الدكتور اسم البحث Suggested Smart Learning Tools to Improve English Speaking Skills of Palestinian Students at Public Schools. This is the guideline of my presentation. I'm going to speak about why this skill, why speaking, why the tools, how can we apply the tools that are suggested, and how effective are they, and then what activities I suggest, or this is my contribution to the studies, and then what applications, and this will be understood in a moment. Now, why the speaking skill? Considering the fact that Palestine is a monocultural, monolingual country, we lack the application of the English language outside the classroom. So this is why we need to focus on speaking other than the other skills such as writing, reading, and listening. The other thing is that in each classroom we have a big number of students, from 40 to 60 students, and I'm talking only about public schools. Now if we think about the time of those, like the time limit of each class, that's 40 to 45 minutes. Think of 40 to 60 students and 40 to 45 minutes. You will not have enough time for each student to practice the speaking skill. Then we would see that even in the curriculum, it provides some speaking activities, but either because of the lack of time or because of the impracticability of those activities, we see that they do not improve the speaking skill of the students. That's why when they graduate, after 12 years of high school learning English, of learning English at school, and then university, you see that they lack the ability to speak effectively in English. Now, why do we consider speaking English is important? For those 4 reasons. First of all, we live in a world where we cannot live without English. We need it at work, we need it in interviews, we need it in different work environments, and now that we have online work, you cannot establish a platform or join a platform if you do not communicate in English. And we also need it for education, because without the advancements that the world offers in the field of education, we cannot learn and apply those things we learn. In politics, we live in a country that is under the Israeli occupation, and we live in a world where English is a global language. So we need to convey our message as Palestinians. We need to convey our rights in English. That is the political aspect, because again, you need the world to know more about Palestine and about the current issue. Finally, as Muslims, we have to do da'wah, and we can't do da'wah with people who do not speak Arabic if we do not speak English as well. Okay. Now, what are the tools that I am suggesting? What I did was that I looked for so many researches that have already been applied in countries that are similar to Palestine. And by similar to Palestine, I'm talking about the context where the classrooms are loaded with students, and the country where these researches were conducted, they did not have more than one language or one culture. So these tools are Facebook. Basically, we're going to focus on live streaming and video conferencing using Messenger, and then any recording tools in order to give the students recorded assignments, and finally mobile applications. So let's start with live Facebook streaming or Facebook in general. Now, these studies have all been, again, conducted in countries where the setting is similar to the Palestinian setting, with one country, one culture, and to some extent, a big number of students in one classroom. So they all have agreed on the following results. Those results are again related to using Facebook and improving the speaking language of their students. They found out through action research that learners improve their speaking and communication skills through Facebook, and that those students, they could establish real-life conversations in English. And this is what we lack. For example, in our classroom, we teach our students to say, hello, hello, how are you? Fine, you, fine. What's your name? Nour. And you? Sarah. Goodbye, goodbye. And when you go to real life, this never happens. Even in Arabic, this is not how we introduce each other. So through Facebook, they were able to experience real-life conversations. They could also control their learning styles and pace.